My UV is where you wanna be. Huh? Royal day, royal day, royal day. Namaste, Shade Hotel. Abundance, peace and abundance. Royal day. We gonna let the players play. Energy versus Innerchi. What in the fuck? What in the world? What in the hell is Cozmik talking about now? Cozmik always talking about something. Always running his mouth about something. What is he talking about now? All right, we're going to do the bust down for you. Hope all is well. Peace and abundance. Hope you had a great experience, great travels, great etceteras. You know what I mean? Great this and that's. Let me go and change. Let's go and switch this up a little bit. Look a bit. Let's see. All right. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So y'all know the routine. We gonna go out and share real quick. You know what I mean? Real slick. Go and get your tea, your smoothie, your breakfast bar, whatever have you. You know what I mean? And yeah. This show will be. I will have my co-host as well, Empress Star, and she gonna take you far. Say it with me. No matter where you are. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you put on your notification for the nation. Put on your notification for the nation. We already have comments flying through. We're going to get to those ASAP. We're going to get to those periodically. All right? All right, y'all. Let me go share this. Be right back. Because my UV. All right, we back. We back on track with no slack. Cosmic Mind UV. It's where you need to be. All right, let's go. The terms, quote unquote, energy with an E and Innerchi, end quote, a stylized version of quote unquote inner chi or inner qi, both refer to forms of life force. Now let's get to our comments real quick. We had some early comments come in real quick. Real slick. Oh, Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. Who you with Wednesdays coming up this week? I don't know what the topic's going to be. You just got to be there. You feel me? Might be potty talk, might be some other stuff. It's going to be great, whatever it's going to be. I'm saying we got Sacred Space coming up. She has a lot of great cook up for you over there with the Sacred Space topics. Ladies, y'all supposed to be getting in her inbox. She only has maybe 1 or 2 slots left for founders slash hosts. It's like a package deal. You get to be a founder slash host slash, you know what I mean, getting your your message out, your products out, your you know what I mean. You get to help really build something, and it'll be this space that the ladies can go ahead and elevate, and then we don't have to keep saying if the space was created, because it's created. Okay, greetings. I'm so excited about this show. Oh man, let's let it flow then. Let's let it flow. Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. Whenever you see this, now or later, or in the present or in the past or whatever have you, all right? I need you to subscribe, share, support, donate. Subscribe, share, support, donate. Do all 3 or do 2 of the 3. Gratitude in advance. Go ahead and take a chance. Now let's check it out. Refers to refers to forms of life force or power. All right, inner chi or inner q, inner q, both refer to forms of life force or power. However, they come from different perspectives and carry distinct cultural, spiritual, and conceptual meaning. All right, let's go. We got more comments flying in. We got more comments flying in. Gratitude for the latitude. We're gonna have our sound effects and everything back up and running very soon. More than likely the next show. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go ahead and keep the flow going. I have a certain amount of shows I want to get done this month, this week, etc. So we're gonna reach these goals. We're gonna surpass these goals. All right. Here's a bust down, y'all. Here's a bust down of the differences between energy with an E and Innerchi with an I. All right. Let's let it fly. Number 1, energy with an E. Look. Watch this, y'all. Energy with an E. Quote, Western / scientific view. End quote. Western / scientific view. End quote. Definition: a measurable force that causes motion, transformation, or change, often discussed in terms of electricity, heat, motion, light, and kinetic or potential energy. All right, with an E. Origin of use: rooted in Western science and physics, seen as external or objective, quantifiable by instruments. All right, here we go. The focus would be on physical and mechanical systems, energy and food, power sources, batteries, electricity, etc. Examples: solar energy, electricity, calories, ATP, cellular energy, thermal energy. All right, let's go and get to these comments. Uh. All right, all right. Be more intentional and come hang out with me, Empress Star, and co-host Cosmic Minds, Wednesdays 9 p.m. Eastern on Who You With Wednesdays. B, this gonna be live through here. We gonna be streaming it through here. It's no worries. We'll be streaming it through here. No worries in the flurries. B. All right, we're gonna be streaming it through here. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, this Wednesday coming up. Make sure we're looking for hosts on that too. If you want to be a host, or if you want to be if you want to do a weekly show, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's promote you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the word out. Let's get your product out. Let's get your cause or whatever. Let's get it out. Let's get it. Let's collab. Viewpoint: materialistic and mechanistic. Okay, that's a hell of a word for you. Typically disconnected from emotional or spiritual states. All right, that's the one with the E. Okay, that's energy. All right. Okay, number two, the difference. Now, inner chi with an I. Inner chi. INNERCHI. Inner chi or inner Q. Spiritual view. Definition: the spiritual life force that flows within all living beings. All right, known as chi, CHI, Chinese, prana, Indian, or ka in Kemetic and Egyptian texts. All right, origin, use. Excuse me. From ancient African, Asian, and indigenous spiritual systems. So we definitely should be knowing the differences, huh? Inner chi with an I is the personalized inner life force tied to consciousness, emotions, and vitality. The focus is holistic wellness, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Balancing chakras, breath work, movement, tai chi, or Kemetic yoga, and self-awareness. So this is the difference between energy and inner chi. So when you be like, what the hell is Cosmic talking about some goddamn inner chi? He be always saying that shit. Whoever be probably saying it, or maybe nobody probably say that. But when you I'm just saying for future reference, when you hear me reference inner chi, you won't be like, why is he just saying it so specific? Because there's a difference. All right, so let's go. Let's switch up the flow. All right, here we go. Examples: meditation to align inner chi with an I, breath control to raise vibration, spiritual grounding. All right, viewpoint: metaphysical and intuitive. Power comes from within. Energy with an E flows from inner chi, flows from soul to body. Key differences: summary, aspect, energy with an E and inner chi. Viewpoint: scientific and physical. That's energy with an E. Inner chi is spiritual and metaphysical. Source: external, fuel, electricity, etc. That's for energy with an E. Inner chi with an I: internal, soul, spirit, breath, emotion. Measurement: this is the key differences. Measurement: energy with an E. Quantifiable: watts, etc. Watts, voltage, etc. Inner chi with an I: felt, intuitive, and sensed internally. Use: energy with an E. power machines, uh, etc. Innerchi with an I, empowered healing, intuition, awareness. Cultural roots. Okay, cultural roots. Um, Energy with a E, Western science. Innerchi with an I, African, indigenous, Eastern, indigenous wisdom systems. See, this is why I say we have to switch out of this Western or Eurocentric stuff that those been indoctrinated with. You have to switch over to your ancestors' practices and all of the stuff that was productive. You see what I'm saying? Indigenous, etc. You can't just say you honor your ancestors, but you still do Eurocentric practices and all that type of goofy shit. Unless they, like I said, unless they were just some tap dancing ass motherfuckers too. But anyway. Connection, energy with a E, body focused. Innerchi with an I, mind, body, soul, spirit connected. Final insight, energy with an E powers the body. Innerchi powers the soul. Energy with an E powers the body. Innerchi powers the soul with an I. You can be full of quote unquote with an E, energy, rested, fed, etc. However, still feel spiritually drained if your energy with an I is blocked, or with, like you say, chakras and shit like that, is blocked, or out of alignment. All right, let's see that again. You can be full of quote unquote with an E, energy, rested, well fed, etc. However, still feel spiritually drained if your I with an I, energy, is blocked or out of alignment. Tapping into energy with an I often requires stillness, breath, ancestral connection, and spiritual practice. All right, not just fuel or motion. Okay, tapping into energy with an I often requires stillness, breath, work, etc., ancestral connection, and spiritual practice, not just fuel or motion. We have Empress Star coming in, doing her portion of the show, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. You see what I'm saying? Gratitude for essence, effervescence, and her presence. You understand me? Y'all make sure y'all check out Who You With Wednesdays. Make sure y'all donate to the show, man. Make sure y'all donate to the this platform, man. Donate, share, put on your notifications. Do all three or do two out of the three. Gratitude in advance. Give me a moment. Empress Star's getting herself set up and prepared, and then we're gonna take you there. She's gonna take you far no matter where you are. Hold on.
All right. We're back for part two of the show. The difference between energy with an E and energy. The difference between energy and energy shows up during a spiritual awakening, especially from a conscious, melanated, or holistic perspective. During the spiritual awakening, here's the aspect. The aspect versus the energy or outer awareness, and the energy, the inner awakening. So the initial experience For energy, which is the outer awareness, is you may feel bursts of physical energy or fatigue. When it comes to focus, you need to protect and preserve your energy with an E. When it comes to the source, it comes from your energy with the E. The source comes from sleep, food, and movement. With Innerchi, which is the inner awakening, the initial experience, you feel vibrational shifts, your body tingles, or you get deep stillness. With Innerchi, greater awakening, when it comes to focus, you need to align your inner chi with divine purpose. And the Innerchi divine awakening, the source comes from breath work. It comes from the spirit. It comes from higher self, ancestors, different deities. It comes from nature. It comes from you grounding. It comes with you going into meditation and just becoming one with yourself, so that you can get revelation and start to awaken. With the energy, which is outer of awareness, the reactions to people, you may feel drained. Your energy may be drained. But with the energy, you feel a sense, you sense people disrupt your frequency or aura. So basically, you feel when people try to come in to disrupt your frequency or your aura or what you have going on. When it comes to boundaries with your energy, physical boundaries to avoid being tired. So basically, you need to avoid being doing so much physical things to preserve your energy. But it with energy, spiritually, emotional boundaries, guard your soul's essence. So here's a couple healing tools you can use to help with your energy: diet, exercise, sleep, and energy cleanses. Here are a few exercises you can use for your inner chi. You can use breath work, meditation, sound, grounding, and different rituals. One way you can help preserve your energy is by your language shift. Instead of saying you have low energy, you can say, "My energy is great." You can speak life into your body, which will help the energy. It'll help reinforce that you have more positive energy. One thing you need to avoid is saying that your energy is off or your energy feels off, because it will, because you're speaking it into existence. Some guidance you can use for your energy is just look outward for energy boosts, such as music, different vibrational activities, walks in parks, going swimming, reading a book, doing, that's for energy, exercise, different stuff like that. That'll help with your energy. Getting a better diet would also help with your energy. Energy with an E. What'll help with your energy is when you look inward for alignment and healing. So go within, get yourself aligned and focused, and your energy will start to line up. Um, Manifestation, according to energy with an E, is based on effort and planning, but manifestation with inner chi is based on alignment, intention, and frequency. So during the awakening, you begin to realize that energy with an E is limited, but inner chi is eternal. It's just it just has to be awakened. Energy with an E makes you do things. Inner chi makes you become something. I said energy makes you do things. Energy with an E makes you do things. Inner chi makes you become something. So I would rather become something instead of just doing things and exerting energy with an E to have or become nothing. Many of us were trained to hustle for energy. It's called the grind culture. But now we're learning to breathe, reset, and reconnect with ancestral energy. Energy burns out, Innerchi transforms. Your energy remembers your soul mission, even when your outer energy is low. Activating both energy and inner chi can be transformative for melanated indigenous copper tone people, especially in the context of healing, liberation, and self mastery. When both forces are balanced and concisely activated, they create a powerful pathway to mental clarity, ancestral alignment, community building, and divine purpose. Now we're going to give a breakdown on how to activate both of these. Energy activation, physical strength and stamina, clear focus and productivity. So when you activate your energy with an E, you will start to have physical strength and stamina. You'll have more clear focus and productivity. You'll be more motivated to take action. You'll be well, we're already resilient in all of the adversity that's going on. You'll be protected from burnout when it's managed. And this is talking about the activation of your energy. You'll be fueled for survival, activism, and movement. Your senses will be sharpened and you'll be more alert. Now, with the activation of your inner chi, you'll have more spiritual grounded and ancestral connection, intuition and divine downloads, inner peace to act from alignment. You'll be more emotional and generationally healed. You'll be able to prevent spiritual misalignment when you're in tune. It'll fuel your purpose and your elevation into ascension. You'll have a more heightened awareness of energy with an E and spirit. You'll have internal movement, which we're referring to the chakras and the soul mission. And with the energy with an E, you'll have external movement, and that'll be dealing with the body and your systems. Now, when you put all of these together, when you combine the energy with an E and the inner chi for melanated people, this is what a powerful impact it'll have. You have the power to build and wisdom to build with purpose. You have clarity of mind and clarity of soul's direction. You have conscious leadership that moves with balance. You can break generational curses with full awareness. You have sustainable progress without losing yourself or your soul. You'll be rooted in reality, but rising in divinity. You have better discernment of people, places, and systems. And then it'll be an awakening of the full, melanated, divine being. And the reason it matters is because we've been forced to survive in a system that drains our energy and ignores our inner chi. Now we're reclaiming both. Activating energy helps us build economically, physically, and structurally. Activating inner chi helps us heal spiritually, emotionally, and ancestrally. Together, we reclaim wholeness. Here are a few real-life benefits when both are active. Community building. You have strong bodies, minds, and spirits, which equals powerful villages. You have liberation movements, actions powered by soul clarity, not reactionary pain. You have better parenting and legacy. We'll be able to raise our children with both survival tools, energy and spiritual tools, energy. Better health and longevity. We'll be able to reverse disease with physical vitality and inner peace. Better entrepreneurship. We'll be able to build businesses that are both profitable and purposeful. Energy builds the house. Energy makes it a home. Energy says, let's get it done. Energy says, let's make sure this aligns with our ancestors and our spirit. So when you combine it, you can't go wrong. So then it'll say, let's get this done while making sure this aligns with our ancestors and our spirit. That's a win-win. So here are a few steps for activation. For your energy with the E, you should get a plant-based diet, need to rest more, exercise, get out there in that sun and get some of that sunlight, and move your body. Movement always moves the energy around. For the energy, you need breath work, meditation, sound therapy, rituals, prayer, grounding, spiritual baths, and ancestral work. Just tap in, basically, just tap in. Go down the rabbit holes to find out who you are and your sole purpose for being here. So now we're just going to give an overview talking about energy versus energy. That went by quick. Good. All right. That wraps up my section of the show. Energy versus energy. Don't forget to come hang out with us on Who You With Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Talking about different kind of topics. And Monday to come and elevate.
Okay. Cosmic Mind UV. Gratitude for the Empress star, taking you far no matter where you are. Gratitude. All right. Energy with an E and versus Innerchi with an I. A liberation blueprint for Black people, indigenous, copper tone, etc. What is energy with an E? Energy is external power, measurable, physical, and often tied to the body or environment. It's what fuels your movement, action, motivation, and or survival, etc. In the Western world, energy with an E is seen as limited and expendable. Something to manage, protect, and or chase. What is Innerchi with an I? Innerchi is your spiritual life force, the divine force frequency flowing from within. This is why we say your higher self. You are your higher self, depending on how activated you are in your consciousness and your knowledge of self. Ain't it, man? That's your unseen selves. You hear me? That's the Buddha and Yahweh and all that stuff. It comes from the soul, ancestors, breath, emotions, and higher consciousness, ain't it? Rooted in indigenous, African, indigenous, Kemetic, and Eastern traditions. Is why I say we got to get out of all of these Eurocentric ass practices. This is why a lot of the arguments and bullshit is going on between y'all. When I say y'all, that means melanin, Black, indigenous, copper tone people. These stupid ass arguments, because you are still Eurocentrized, you are still indoctrinated. That is why you keep arguing about bullshit, because you arguing Eurocentric ass, indoctrinated ass shit. Damn. Okay. We did a show yesterday on detachment for melanin, indigenous, copper tone, black people. Please go check that out. We will have sound effects and everything back running by the next show. During your spiritual awakening, energy with an E shows up as tiredness or burst of motivation. We went over that. So let's just go over a review. We went over what is Innerchi with an I, what is energy with an E. We went over how the steps to activation. We went over energy with an E builds the house and Innerchi makes the home. You see what I'm saying? We went over real life benefits when both are activated. We went over why it matters for black people now, or indigenous, copper tone, the original people now. Let's see. We went over why it was important during the Grand Awakening, what it would feel like during the Grand Awakening. We went over the differences during your spiritual awakening. Let's see what else. We went over the key differences. What else? Let's see. And yeah, that's what. Yeah, we went over how it was for the spiritual and how it was Western science, etc. So yeah. All right, y'all. We wrapping this one up. This is gonna be very brief. So yeah. We got other topics flying at you coming through here. Just put on your notification for the near shot. Like I said, man, Cozmik Mind UV is where you need to be if you haven't figured it out yet. Put on your notifications. Make sure you subscribe. Support. I need 500 subscriptions. I need 500 subscribers. We working our way up, and the content is working its way up. You feel me? Before you know, we'll have 500 videos up in this bitch. You feel me? So we got 400 plus right now. You can do me. So the work being put in. Make sure you donate. Make sure you share. Make sure you support. And guess what? Cozmik Mind UV.